We on? Hi folks, welcome to the Wade and Shiggy Show. I am Wade, and tonight I'm going to be doing my review of the World Wrestling Entertainment's special of the Superstar Shakeup, as they call it. Mainly it's just a bunch of freaking trades that they've done within 2 nights. So basically, who went to Raw was Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Maurice. I'll get a full list here in a moment. I wanted to get a full list. I didn't want to get, name a few names here. Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm doing this on camera, but I wanted to get the right names for you. That way you guys get a full list, which most of you should know who they are by now. Bray Wyatt, which I'll give you an opinion on it. Bray Wyatt went to Raw. Dean Ambrose went to Raw. Let's see, who else here? Alexa Bliss, I already said Miz and Maurice, Mickie James, Kalisto, Apollo Crews, Heath Slater and Rhino, Curt Hawkins, David Otunga, and they're saying Elias Sampson, but Elias Sampson didn't come from SmackDown, went to Raw. He was actually brought up from NXT. Now, who went to SmackDown from Raw? Kevin Owens, Charlotte Flair, The New Day, Sami Zayn, Rusev, Lana, Sin Cara, Jinder Mahal, The Shining Stars, Tamina Snuka, and Byron Saxton. Now, obviously, I got half of what I expected and half what I didn't expect. Now, I'm going to go through each one and give you my opinion on each superstar and why either it's a good thing or a bad thing. Okay. We're going to start from SmackDown to Raw, since Raw starts on Mondays. First one is Bray Wyatt. Now, Bray Wyatt, it's hard to not like this move because, he was the WWE champion. And then he loses to Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Now they're fighting each other at Payback for the title. And, I don't get it. This is supposed to be a Raw exclusive pay-per-view. And they're having the WWE title at a Raw exclusive pay-per-view. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just follow as I go along. But if you guys watched Raw Monday night, you do know that Bray Wyatt announced he was on Raw when Finn Balor beat Jinder Mahal. Now, he was saying something to Finn Balor about I'll be watching. Now, that could set up a feud between Balor and Bray. Which, if they did that right, that would be a pretty good feud. I would enjoy that very much. Now, thing is, if they do it right, I don't know, because right now, Balor's injured with a concussion thanks to Jinder Mahal's over-aggressive attitude that he has a problem with, and now he's hurt. So I don't know what they're going to do with Bray Wyatt right now. But as far as I know, Bray Wyatt's not going to win the title at Payback. There's no way. They're not going to have two main titles on one show. There's no way. That would not make sense at all, in my opinion. So, I give this move a bad thing. Because now you put Bray Wyatt in one of the main events of WrestleMania, and now you're just tanking him down the toilet. It's like, really? Okay. Dean Ambrose. This is a tie because Ambrose, I'm sorry, but he's just not that good of an Intercontinental Champion. He doesn't represent the title that well. I like Dean Ambrose. No, I don't have a problem with him. It's just he doesn't represent the title that well. He is literally demeaning the Intercontinental Championship from what it's supposed to be. The Intercontinental Championship is supposed to mean something to people. You know, it's people wanting to get that title. I haven't seen that lately. So, I don't know what they're going to plan to do with Dean Ambrose. He might be defending it at Payback. I don't know yet. But, honestly, this is probably just going to lead up to a Shield reunion against the Authority. I already see it happening. The Shield's going to be facing the Enforcers, which would be Triple H and whoever else he's going to get to his little coalition. So, I'll say Ambrose on Raw is a good thing. Because now Ambrose could focus now. Hopefully, they make the championship worth something on Raw. So now we can move on to Alexa Bliss, which I am a big fan of. I love Alexa Bliss. I think she is a very attractive woman. Very beautiful in her own right. And I don't think she's going to be a champion on Raw, even though she is just a great heel. I don't think that she's going to be champion, which kind of sucks. Really. Because she is such a great character, and now you're just going to push her down the toilet. So, in my opinion, this is a bad thing. Because now you're turning a perfect heel on SmackDown to a heel on Raw. Which, the women's division on Raw is just now, yeah. Okay. Next, we move on to The Miz and Maurice. I could care less. Because The Miz and Maurice, in my opinion, are just going to be jobbers. In all honesty, they're just going to be jobbers. So, where do we go from here? Miz and Maurice, bad thing. Because Miz and Maurice are never going to get a push unless it's for an Intercontinental Championship. Simple as that. Now, Mickie James. I don't care. Because she's old as dirt. Beautiful, but old as dirt. I say it's a bad thing for her because she's never going to get... In my opinion, she's not going to be champion. I might get surprised, but I highly doubt she'll win the championship. I really do. Kalisto. why isn't he already... I don't get Kalisto being on the Raw and SmackDown roster when he should be a cruiserweight. Really? He should have already been in the cruiserweight division. Why is he on the roster? Yes, he's a United States champion, and he was a good United States champion. I liked him. But why wasn't he battled for the cruiserweight title back at Survivor Series? Why isn't he in the cruiserweight division now? I don't understand that logic right there. So, for Kalisto, this is going to be a good thing. Because now he's going to go in the cruiserweight division where he belongs. Oh, excuse me, I'm a little gassy, folks. And hopefully, down the line, become cruiserweight champion. Even though 9 times out of 10, the way the cruiserweight division looking, it's looking like Neville's going to keep the title until TJ Perkins takes it off. That's how I think it's going to go down. Okay, Apollo Crews. Is he going to get a push? No. So, this is probably going to be a bad thing for Apollo. Because 9 times out of 10, he's probably going to be a jobber. Don't like him as a jobber because he's a hell of an athlete. Hell of a guy. Great character, but he ain't going to be getting a push. I'm sorry. So, it's going to be a bad thing for Apollo. Now, Heath Slater and Rhino. I'm sorry, but Heath Slater and Rhino are probably just going to be jobbers on Raw in the tag team division. Because now you have the Revival, okay? You have the Revival, you have the Club, you have Cesaro and Sheamus, and you have the Hardys. And the Hardys ain't going to lose the title very soon. There's no way in hell. The Hardys are one of the most popular tag teams right now. They ain't going to lose the title, are you kidding me? So honestly, Slater and Rhino, they're going to be jobbers to any heel team. So it's going to be a bad thing for them too. Now, Curt Hawkins. Really? Why? Why? Why Curt Hawkins? I don't understand. That does not make any sense at all. Why Curt Hawkins? I have no idea. Who cares? Okay? It's not like he's going to get pushed anytime soon. He's got the most dumbest gimmick I've ever heard. He can't wrestle to save his life. So what's the point? Honestly, I see it as a bad thing because what's he going to do? Hell, the freaking Monday night he got knocked out by the Big Show. So what's the point? I don't know. Next we have David Otunga, which, okay, what are we doing here? I mean, I like David Otunga. I don't have a problem with him as an announcer. So, I mean, he's going to join Michael Cole and Corey Graves on Raw. I don't have a problem with him. I don't think it's a good thing that he goes to Raw, and I don't think it's a bad thing that he goes to Raw. So, I mean, you take the good with the bad here. I think that David Otunga going to Raw is a good thing because you get an intellectual like him along with Corey Graves and Michael Cole, and it's just a great combination between the three. I'm not going to review Elias Sampson because he was an NXT call-up, so he's not really a kind of like a switch-up, you know? Okay. Now we're going to go from Raw to SmackDown. Kevin Owens. I think Kevin Owens, once he loses the United States champ, because I don't think he's going to be U.S. champ very long in SmackDown. I think he's going to be a good heel. I think he could be a heel champion for SmackDown. I think he'll be great heel champion for SmackDown. Thing is, though, Randy Orton's wanting to be a heel champ. And you got AJ Styles, who's everybody loves AJ. I mean, I love AJ, so. Ooh, excuse me. So, Kevin Owens going to SmackDown, in my opinion, is a good thing. It can revitalize his character. You could do a reset button on him. Basically, you know, do what you want to do with Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens is going to be a player on SmackDown. You guys watch. Alright, now we have Charlotte Flair. I knew this was coming, and I'm kind of glad for Charlotte, because now she could take over the women's division on SmackDown. She's going to be a dominant women's champion. You guys watch. She's going to give Becky Lynch a run for her money, which a lot of people love Becky Lynch. I mean, I like Becky Lynch. I think she's a great character. She has a great personality among her. So, Charlotte going to SmackDown, and I think is probably going to beat Naomi for the title at Payback. Either Payback or what's the next one? What's the next pay-per-view? I think it's Backlash. I think she's going to beat her at Backlash and become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. I'm sorry for you Naomi fans. I like Naomi myself, but she's just not that big of a name out there. I mean, yeah, it was great when she won the title at WrestleMania. I was happy that she won it at WrestleMania. But I don't think she's going to keep the title for very long. So Charlotte going to SmackDown, in my opinion, is a good thing. Because now she can actually focus on being the most dominant female wrestler on SmackDown. And I think she's got the ability to do it. Okay, now, the New Day. Well, here's the thing. You got the Usos, you have American Alpha, and as of right now, you have the New Day. Which, I would love to see the New Day versus the Usos. You know, an old rivalry coming back. So, especially since, I mean, here's the thing. You started a rivalry, you started a feud between the New Day and the Revival. Now, you split them up. What are you going to do with that feud? It's like, come on. So, I think the New Day going to SmackDown would be a good thing, because if you kept them on Raw, they're just going to job to the Revival. It's so obvious. So, the New Day gets a new start on SmackDown. It's a good thing, in my opinion. Now, Sami Zayn. I knew this was happening, because Sami Zayn on Raw, there's just too many faces and heels on Raw that Sami Zayn can't get the push that he deserves. Now, I understand why he lost on Tuesday to AJ, because this is where, because that match between AJ and Kevin is basically so that Kevin could get a win over somebody big on SmackDown. Because AJ is going to go for the main title. We all know that. He's too popular on SmackDown to not be in the championship hunt. This leads for Sami Zayn to jump right back in there, because there's not a whole lot of heels or faces on SmackDown, which leaves it wide open for Sami Zayn to just jump in there and be a top face on that brand. And in my opinion, Sami Zayn going to SmackDown is a very good thing, because now you can give Sami Zayn the push that he rightfully deserves. And I think he's going to be a great face on SmackDown if they do it right. Now, I'm going to do these two separate, even though they're married in real life and they kind of come out together. But Rusev, I like the idea of Rusev going to SmackDown, because he just needs he needs to. I mean, the fact being that because of what he did off the scenes, what he did behind WWE's back, and he basically went behind WWE's backs and betrayed their orders, and that's why you saw him getting squashed at Fastlane. Now, Rusev can come back, and he can take over SmackDown, basically. You know, be the heel that he was supposed to be when he started. I hope. I really don't want to see him get buried. I really don't. I hate to see him get buried. Which, in my opinion, Rusev going to SmackDown is a good thing, because if he stayed on Raw, he was just going to keep getting buried to the point to where he quit. Simple as that. Now, Lana, however, I just don't see Lana as a wrestler. I don't see her as a wrestler, period. Granted, she's beautiful as could be, but she's just not a wrestler. I mean, when she wrestled at WrestleMania that one year, it's just, she didn't do anything. Yeah, she was beautiful, but she didn't do anything. So, I mean, okay, if you do it right, and Lana just all of a sudden wows the crowd, then I say it's a good thing. If she doesn't really do anything athletic, and she just shows off her body like a porn star, then it's a bad thing. I don't know, it all depends on when she debuts. But for right now, I say it's a good thing, because Lana can finally have a wrestling career instead of being a manager. Okay, now, Sin Cara. Why? Why isn't Sin Cara in the Cruiserweight division? I mean, seriously, why isn't Sin Cara in the Cruiserweight division, you know? Why is he on the roster with Raw and SmackDown? Doesn't make sense to me. The dude's a cruiserweight, in my opinion. Yeah, he's a little bigger than Kalisto, but I mean, he's about the same. He's not the same size as Neville. No way. Neville's just too big. I mean, in all my honest opinion, Sin Cara, he's just a jobber. He's just gonna be a jobber. That's all he'll ever be anymore. So, him going to SmackDown is a bad thing, because he's just going to be jobbing to people. Simple as that. Same thing with the next one, Jinder Mahal. Basically, they took him to SmackDown just to job to Mojo Rawley, just so they could continue that feud. Which, I don't like Jinder Mahal. I have noticed that in his behavior on Raw and SmackDown, that he just goes a little too far, and he takes it too far with superstars. I mean, he gave Finn Balor a concussion because he went too far. So, I just see Jinder Mahal being a bad thing, because he's never going to get a push here in the WWE. He's just going to job. Simple as that. Yeah. I'm a little tired. Sorry, guys. Now, the Shining Stars. No idea. Are they really going to be a contender for the tag team titles? Highly doubt it. Unless Carlito decides to come back, which, from what rumors are saying, I highly doubt it. But you never know. So, I mean, it's kind of it would be a Kickstarter if they actually pushed him. But I highly see that happening. So, Shining Stars, bad thing, because they're probably just going to job. Wow. My sinuses are kicking in real quick. Now, Tamina Snuka, really? I honestly think that the only reason why they have her is because they just wanted to pull that whole thing with, everybody thought that we're just going to get Charlotte Flair. Nope, we're going to send in Tamina Snuka, then send in Charlotte Flair. It's like, you didn't fool us. We all knew it was going to happen. And plus, Tamina, in my opinion, is just going to job. Just how old she is and what she's done for the company. So I think she's just going to job, so it's a bad thing. Because you tried to pull Swerve and it really didn't work. Now, Byron Saxton. I mean, I don't care. I mean, with the whole thing with JBL going on right now, JBL possibly getting fired, and Mauro Ranallo now quitting WWE, now it's Tom Phillips. It's now going to be JBL, Tom Phillips, and Byron Saxton. I mean, it's basically just going to be a back and forth between Byron and JBL. Hopefully JBL doesn't bully anymore. Which I don't like bullies to begin with, but I've never noticed JBL bullying people. I mean, I don't know what happens behind the scenes. Behind the scenes could be completely different than what we're noticing on TV. But Byron Saxton going to SmackDown, I mean, he didn't really fit in on the Raw commentary, so it kind of makes sense. So I say it's a good thing for Byron. Kind of put him in a spot to where what he's used to, not put on the spot all the time. So that was my review of the Superstar Shakeup that happened over the past 2 days on SmackDown and Raw. Now, to give you my opinion on what was better, SmackDown or Raw, I would say Raw did it better than SmackDown this week. Mainly because they had a little bit more action, a little more things. Yes, I understand it's a 3-hour show compared to a 2-hour show. But they just did a lot more than SmackDown did, in my opinion. I mean, Braun Strowman flipping a freaking ambulance, that was a little insane. Which I already knew that ambulance didn't have Roman Reigns in it, but apparently a fan did, and now he's trying to get Braun Strowman fired, which is kind of hilarious to me. Like, kid, it's a setup, it's a skit, it's a scene. It's not real. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. Please leave a like on the video. Please comment with your opinions and your reaction of the Superstar Shakeup that happened on WWE Monday and Tuesday. And if you guys want to, please subscribe for more content. I'm going to try to pull out more videos the best I can. Tomorrow we're going to see what happens. But I love you guys all to death. And for everybody out there, please stay classy.